Well, we'll try this again here. Still in this event. I'll tell you what, Dustin, we got a great show here next weekend with that 7,000 to win Great American Crate Race. I think it's awesome what Tyler County Speedway is doing with fast track racing, just like the Renegades of Dirt, Lucas Oil, the big national series here, the Ultimate Northeast and Mid-Ohio Valley programs. This fast track event is going to be something really, really big. Who do you think is going to be the winner of $7,000 at the track you know very well here at the Bull Ring?
Yeah, a lot of good cars really get around this racetrack so well. Kyle Thomas, who is the defending late model track champion here, has been running a crate here at the Tyler County Speedway and been performing well in it. I think he's going to be one of the guys to keep an eye on. But a race like that as well, you really don't know who may show up. You can have some guys maybe from the outside come in as well. You can maybe have some of the Rush late model drivers come in. That series has had a few different drivers that typically run super late models full-time, drop in and run it as well.
Right.
So those drivers have very similar rules package to the fast track late models, and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary, I don't think, to see just an unbelievably high-quality field of 40-plus crates here next week, and what ought to be a really good race here at America's Baddest Bull Ring.
That's definitely going to be a good show for sure. The Great American Crate Race for Fast Track, part of the annual doubleheader weekend. Almost $35,000 up for grabs, prize and contingencies and more. It'll be on the Speed 51 network. Of course, that coverage from Tyler County. And we will talk about that event leading up to that event this week. It'll be the UBB Memorial Friday night at I-77 Speedway for $3,000 to win. And then, of course, again, Kyle Lucan set to defend that $7,000 event next Saturday here. More racing to come after this race for the Renegades of Dirt. Tomorrow night we're at Elkins Raceway. 1 to go indication being given by Todd Moore on the flag stand. And we'll get ready to go to green here next time by.
2 laps are scored, 28 laps remain. Once again, 2 laps down, 28 laps to go. Double file restarts. Race leader gets his choice of inside or outside lane. Drake the Kid Troutman again chooses outside. We're back underway.
And look at this, trying to go 4 wide and out of nowhere. The outside lane works for the Kid. Troutman powering back to the outside, but here comes Bosich on the bottom. He's trying to make something work on the inside, catfishing in the corner.
Side by side up front for the lead, Chris Bassich in the 71C, Drake Troutman in the 7. Troutman with the momentum right now on the outside. Toss a blanket over top of the first 5 or 6 cars as Troutman now edges ahead. Here comes Daniel Hill alongside in a battle for second.
Another former fast track racer of late models and champions to boot. Daniel Hill trying to go to the lead. Cars checking up behind him, getting on the binders. Johnson and company, they fire and power their way back to the corner, and now 3-car lengths for the Kid.
Chad Roush goes around Wesley over in turns 1 and 2, and that'll put us under caution here with, I believe,
4 laps complete.
4 laps complete. And 26 laps to go as Roush goes around. And man, that is a great race. Those top 5 or 6 are all right there together. Daniel Hill had just moved in to the second spot. And I don't know. We'll have to see if that's where he was on the last fully scored lap or not. It may go back to the 71C of Chris Bassich.
Chad Roush going around out of Athens, Ohio, representing the Buckeyes, stayed in the gunslinger by Shaw, Samtastic Designs and Graphics entry. And the caution coming out for that driver. Matter of fact, I followed his trailer off of Highway 18 coming into the track this afternoon. So, you know, I have Verizon, so I lose service. So it's like by the time, I get back here to no man's land, if I don't have GPS going to Gillick till I get there, I lose signal. So I had to remember to follow the trailer to pull in here. Well, but you can never forget how to pull into the great Tyler County Speedway.
It's Tyler County Speedway. I don't think anybody has service
Just stay
here,
well, yeah. Props to them for getting internet and high-speed internet and all the connections to be able to do broadcasts and things. Because back then, about, 3 years ago, you couldn't do a broadcast live from Tyler County Speedway, Dustin. No way, Jose.
Yeah, the Watson family and Hometown Racing Association, that group's done a great job in making capital improvements here, from the brand-new Musco lighting to the brand-new press box and suites to the guardrail around the racetrack, the infield being raised in the drainage system, courtesy of our friends at Deep Well Energy Services. We're about ready to go back to green flag racing, though. 4 laps scored, 26 laps to go, and we're back underway.
This A-Main presented by Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt for the Renegades of Dirt. Back underway in turn 1. And Troutman pulling away. But here comes Hill on the outside now. They'll change up lanes. And Murray got a 3 wide, Dustin, for the lead off of turn 4. Here we go.
Momentarily 3 wide. Troutman, though, has that advantage on the outside of the speedway. Daniel Hill trying to peek a nose down to the inside. Here comes Jesse Wisecarver. Here comes Casey Burdett. Burdett in the 44 car started 8th. Now he's working his way to the outside in a battle for that 3rd spot. They're still side by side for the lead. Great racing in this one.
Great racing indeed. They come back across the line into the corner. Still out in front, Troutman. Boy, he's hungry. He's licking his chops. Chris Bosich falling back inside the top 5. Leader of change trying to beat Daniel Hill to the inside. It's thrill time in Middlebourne to 1.
Behind of them, Casey Burdett has now worked his way up into the 3rd spot. The driver who started 8th now sets his sights. As we've got a couple cars around. Nope, it's the 16 of Josh Tonkin. That is Josh Tonkin that's gone around, and one other driver here on the front straightaway just off the exit of turn number 4, and it looks to be the J4 of Phil Jeffries, and that'll put us under yellow with, I believe...
Well, we got about 5 laps complete. We'll find out here. Back under caution.
7...
7 laps.
7 laps are scored. 23 laps remain. Nothing has changed up front. Still Drake the Kid Troutman and Daniel Hill. But from the 8th starting spot up to 3rd, it's the 44 of Casey Burdett.
How about my buddy Burdizzle for Shizzle?
Burdett looking real good in that Lightning chassis. Chris Bassich right now runs in 4th, and Mike Altabelli rounds out the top 5. Then it's Jesse Wisecarver 6th, Taylor Cook 7th, Seth Daniels 8th, Travis Dixon 9th, and from, I believe, the 17th starting spot up to 10th, it's former Hillbilly 100 and reigning Mega Modified 100 champion Eddie Carrier Jr. in the Junior Nolan number 13.
And how about the Salt Rock Express? He had problems in hot laps qualifying earlier this afternoon. Thrashed like crazy to get that car fixed. And he's back out here running this feature.
He had a good run in his heat race that situated himself up at the front of his B main.
And how about Rich Michael Jr. too?
Rich
Remember
Michael
his
Jr.
problem?
Yep, he had problems from the tail of the field. He's advanced up a few positions as well. Yellow flag has been pulled. Yellow lights have been shut off. Green flag's going to wave this time by. 7 laps scored, 23 down. 7 down, 23 to go. Drake the Kid Troutman leads the field.
Ready to come back to the restart here on Flow Racing Network. The Renegades of Dirt restart back to 1 and 2. And once again, Troutman pulling away. Hill there in 2nd, but here comes Burdett on the outside. Here he comes. Bosich on the inside. 3 wide, 4 wide for 2nd for the lead.
Man, what a great race up front. KC Burdett really trying to thread that needle around the outside of Daniel Hill. Unable to get the job done right now, though. He stays in 3rd. Here comes Mike Altabelli getting a run on the outside of the 95 car. 2 and 3 wide all the way through the field.
4 wide almost for the back spots there. Behind your top 2. And the Kid Troutman's out in clean air. Daniel Hill in the number 2 spot. Great racing, tight pack off the corner. The top 3 single file now. 3 wide for 3rd off turn 4. There's contact.
No trouble. Oh, man.
Taylor Cook collects a whole bunch of cars.
Braden Berry. Wow, that was a hard lick. Taylor Cook slid to a near stop in the 21, and Braden Berry had nowhere to go, and those two drivers made heavy contact over in turns 3 and 4, and I would imagine we'll pull the field around and stop them here at the end of the front straightaway. That was a hard lick for those two drivers.
And a tough break for a former Modified Mega 100 champion of the 21 entry out of Stanley, North Carolina. The Stanley Steamer, definitely of Taylor Cook. Taylor Cook, of course, in the Penske Racing Shocks High Octane Wraps, Scott Rod Fabrications, Harris Chassis from Stanley, North Carolina, plowed into hard by the driver of the car number 75 of Braden Berry. Braden Berry, one of those drivers that committed for the 2019 season of the Renegades of Dirt National Championship run of the Coin Recycling, Tim Logan Racing, B&B Recycling, Lethal at Raritan, Ohio. And my goodness, we are going to get a red flag, Dustin. Man, oh, man. We'll get a check on the driver here in a minute in turn 3 and 4 on Taylor Cook.
So it looks like the driver of the 21, Taylor Cook, is okay as the Tyler County Speedway track official is hooking the wrecker up to the front end of that Harris chassis. It's been a tough year, not the year that Taylor Cook is accustomed to having. Of course, by this time of the season, he's usually got 10 or 12 wins, and he runs so well. He sets the bar so high for himself that anything short of that might seem like a somewhat of a downfall to him. It could be a good year for other drivers, but he admitted to me, I actually talked to him in the pit area before this modified feature, and he said he really, really was hoping to get something figured out in that race car, and unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to have the opportunity to advance anymore in this feature, as he's going to require the assistance of a wrecker, as is West Portsmouth, Ohio's Braden Berry in the 75B, the second-generation driver. He also going to get towed off the racetrack.
This feature for the Renegades of Dirt is presented by Arizona Sports Shirts, the original racing shirt. Arizona Sports Shirts specializes in stock wearables for the motorsports industry. Custom and contract embroidery also available. Please visit Arizona Sports Shirts today online at ArizonaSportsShirts.com and at your local track national event at a race trailer in the concourse. They'll have Arizona Sports Shirt apparel available. The original racing shirt, Arizona Sport Shirts. Other sponsors for the Dirt Car Racing Renegades of Dirt include Hoosier Racing Tire, tires designed for champions. Dave Posky Performance Parts, OTP Industrial Solutions, technical knowledge and broad product support. DRS Dixon Racing Shocks, the Dixon Classic and proud sponsor of Shock the Clock qualifying. It's Sunoco Racing Fuels. Dirt Car Racing, the official sanctioned body with the World Racing Group, and the Renegades of Dirt is a presentation of Edge Entertainment Company.
Green flag about to wave, 9 laps down. 21 laps to go, and a good restart for Daniel Hill. Is that the restart he needs?
Whoa!
No! As Troutman is able to edge back ahead down the back straightaway. Mike Altobelli with a good run now in the 95 down to the inside. Oh, Troutman slipped just a little bit. Here comes Daniel Hill in a battle for the lead.
But he powers back on the outside, trying to make the outside lane work, the top shelf work just outside the tater patch. While they're catfishing on the bottom, he's staying on the high side. Shades of watching Strickler go off the corner, but new leader Daniel Hill. Will it not be? Troutman back on the outside.
Good battle up front for the lead. While that's going on, Eddie Carrier Jr., your 17th place starter, has worked his way up into the top 6. Back up front, though, Drake Troutman trying to work back to the outside of Daniel Hill in a bid for the lead. Hill, though, able to hold him off.
Back across the line, working lap number 12. 3 to halfway, 18 to the finish, and the 15th run into the Dixon Classic on Flow Racing Network. Dustin Jarrett, Wesley Outland on the call. The 3-0 Daniel Hill leads off 4.
Good race up front, Casey Burdett. He was gaining on those drivers, Wesley, before that last caution.
Turn 4.
Carl McKinney goes around on the 6M, and that'll put us under caution as the Mars, Pennsylvania driver of the Mullins-powered Rocket by Roman sits parked in the wrong direction on the inside of turns 3 and 4.
He had some help. Chad Roush helped him. Down at the bottom of 3 and 4. He goes behind the wall, too.
Roush has made his way off of the racetrack. We've unofficially got 13 laps down. Unofficially, 17 laps to go. 13 down, 17 to go. And Daniel Hill is out front and in the race lead, but he is not able to pull away. Drake the Kid Troutman still right there knocking on the back door in second. Casey Burdett right there in third. Fourth spot, Mike Altobelli. Jesse Wisecarver has moved into the 5th spot. And ladies and gentlemen, from near the tail of the field to 6th, it's the Salt Rock Express, Eddie Carrier Jr.
The defending winner of the Mega 100 back on June 1st. By the way, thanks for doing that race for me for the Renegades of Dirt. I had to work for MAV TV at Bristol, and I was really looking forward to doing that event, but schedule change. But you love this place.
Green flag is back out. We're back underway, Wesley. Daniel Hill leads him in a single-file restart. Back to the green. Troutman second, Burnett third. Keep your eyes on the 13 of Eddie Carrier Jr. and see if he's able to pick his way back through the field.
All right, Troutman back at it again, trying to hold off Burdett for second. Altobelli right behind him. They go to the backstretch. One single file. The rest of them are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. As you say, leading the animals to the arc. We are now halfway home, Dustin.
15 laps down, 15 laps to go. Casey Burdett's got a good run down to the inside of Drake Troutman, a battle for the bridesmaid honors as those two cars battle for the second spot. Daniel Hill, that said Bobby Hill. Daniel Hill, Bobby's son.
Yes.
Daniel Hill